good day to stay on. Now's your chance. Arsenal, sexy.
Hello and welcome back to the TNC podcast. It's been a few weeks, but we are back for episode number 60. We've hit another round number. This week we welcome Mystic Manson to the show. Yeah, I'm good, man. You're the person who predicts things.
I try to. Mystical.
Did you predict that Marco Stiepermann performance from the weekend? Let's get straight into it.
Absolutely not. It was a great performance. I still don't know where he was really playing. If you can answer that, then that would be great. But I think you'd absolutely no idea.
What a man.
Yeah, you'd love to be a real genius. Chris, good to see you, mate.
Cheers, thank you.
Where were you at the weekend?
Somewhere.
Where?
Yeah. I was just negotiating a few bits and bobs for the Channel Jack.
Was it this? Were you negotiating Redwell Norwich Pilsner, vegan and gluten free?
Absolutely.
Should we
crack on? Yeah.
Let's crack it open, shall we?
Oh, sorry if you're listening to this as well without.
That's glorious.
So I tell you what. First of all, let's just fill the guys in. Redwell Brewery, quick plug, local brewery. That's based under the bridge under the bridge in Trouse.
Where is the bridge in Trouse?
If any
above the brewery.
Football fans, the park in Trouse will know under the bridge in Trouse.
Okay.
Redwell have just released a Norwich Pilsner. It's vegan and gluten free, but trust me when I say it tastes delicious.
It's divine.
I'm thinking about turning vegan now.
Pop in there before the game. Pop in there after the game to drown your sorrows or to celebrate the victory. And nice plug for forgive me for forgetting his name, Patterns of Play guy.
Patterns of Play
has got a lovely Norwich City design on there as well. So there you go. There's your plugs done.
Thanks, Redwell.
After Redwell. Cheers, Redwell.
I do also want to mention thoughts go out to Michael Bailey and his family. Michael was supposed to be on this week. We've brought in another Michael. Unfortunately, Michael's dad passed away last week. Everyone from Talk Norwich City, and I'm sure the whole Norwich City fan base sends love to the Bailey family. So yeah, thoughts go out to Michael. Norwich 1, Middlesbrough 0. Chris, that's quite the result.
Can't believe it. Honestly can't believe it. And I'm sure 60, 70, maybe even 80% of Norwich fans going to that game on Saturday were kind of expecting a bad result. And I think that not only were we expecting a bad result, I don't think we were expecting Norwich to put in the performance that they did. I think it's fair to say from being informed by you guys that it was quite entertaining, that we put them on the back foot, that we were aggressive. And this is all of the things that we've been saying for weeks on end, Jack, on this podcast is look at Leeds, look at the way they play, aggressive. Yeah. Look at when Aston Villa were doing well, what were they doing? They were being aggressive. All of the best teams in the Championship, they take teams up with the scruff from their neck and they say, let's have some. And I'm proud and I'm delighted. And I was shocked. And I'm so pleased about Stiepermann because it shows that it's so much more than... It's a squad game. It absolutely is a squad game. And so I was ready to tweet before the game saying dropping Rhodes is criminal. But give Farke due, and everyone knows from watching the previous podcasts, I've been angry with Daniel Farke. I have, and I'd say it to his face. I've been very frustrated with his management of the team. But I have to say, I'm sorry because he set out his stall perfectly against Middlesbrough, playing small, nimble players to get in and amongst the giants of Middlesbrough was super smart. And Timu Pukki, the guy is just he was brilliant. He was absolutely brilliant. So overall, chuffed.
Manson, we spoke before the game. You were munching on your sausage rolls. Optimism was really riding high at that point.
He loves a sausage roll, Manson. Mystic Manson.
You have to have a sausage roll pre-game. You have to. Settles the nerves.
It does.
They are really good.
But while you were digesting that pastry and meat, I'm not sure if it's meat or not. We were talking about that team, and it was an interesting one, wasn't it? Because you've got the core ripped out of your squad in Grant Hanley, who's injured, and Christoph Zimmermann hasn't really played all season. Yeah. You've got Marco Stiepermann on the team sheet as a left winger. Yeah. If whether he played there is another matter. And also Jordan Rhodes dropped. It was bold from Farke.
It was,
but it worked.
It did work, and it was. I think it's probably the best man management I've seen from him in a game.
Wow.
I think it honestly is. I think so. That's a bold statement.
When you talk about man management, what do you mean by that?
And just in general, the way he set out his team, I think through the whole game, he knew what he was doing. I think he's had the best idea he's had for his team in a game I've seen the whole time he's been here. I mean, we had that core of the squad, and I think that is what frustrated Middlesbrough the most. I mean, we were at them constantly, second balls all the time, and eventually frustrating them paid off, and we got that goal. With regards to Pukki, I think he's obviously looked at midweek in his internationals. 2 goals, playing up front on his own.
Super smart.
Could he have done with a bit of help? Potentially. I think he could have done with a bit of help. I think he...
Did you feel he looked isolated at all?
I think so.
Okay.
I think he could have done with maybe a bit of help with Rhodes, but I don't know. I don't know. I personally still stick to I think Jordan Rhodes and Pukki will grow together. It's just trying different things.
What's good about this result isn't necessarily this result as a singular item. Is that, I blasted off on the Pinken podcast the other week saying that this is potentially, you've got to get 6 points from the next 3 games. I was looking at that stage at Middlesbrough, Reading and QPR. We now go into 2 away games full of confidence, and arguably we should be beating both of those teams. So that excites me that we've got 6 points on the table. We've got to take them. Let's take them because we're better than Reading. We're better than QPR. Click this up and prove me wrong. We are. So beating Middlesbrough is great, and being able to frustrate them for just another season is quite pleasing. It's nice being the nasty Norwich ones, isn't it?
It is.
Definitely.
And annoying a team.
Manson, let's start from the back because it was hard to criticise anyone, really. Let's start with Tim Krul. For me, and you both know I'm not Tim Krul's biggest fan, one of his the most solid performance from him
100%.
in the Norwich shirt this season.
100%. He had 2 crucial saves, I think, in the second half. I mean, you're always nervous when he goes up to catch a ball or he goes up to punch it because you're a bit like, whoop, you don't know what's going to happen. But he had a very solid game. Good for his confidence. It would do him no harm at all.
And defensively, Chris, we've now got a defence made up of 2 18-year-olds. I think they're both 18. Max Aarons, Jamal Lewis. And then a centre-back pairing of Tim Closer and Christoph Zimmermann. You've got 3 players in there in Zimmermann, Lewis and Aarons who haven't played much Championship football. Lewis maybe, or this season anyway. They've done exceptionally well.
Mate, it excites me so much. I mean, Jamal Lewis is the Norwich Marcelo, isn't he? I mean, what a man. I mean, I can't get enough of those two. What I like about them is they're so intelligent. Like, we talk about what they do with the ball at their feet, but they're so smart. They don't commit too much, but when they commit, they commit. Yeah. It's not half-hearted, and that's exactly what we need. But yeah, for me, I mean, I don't have a single bad word to say about them, and I hope that Daniel Farke continues to look after those players. And I really hope that the Norwich City fans that are out there supporting the boys, if they make a mistake, it doesn't look like they're going to at the moment, but if they do, let's not get on their backs, because ultimately, well, certainly Max Aarons on paper shouldn't even be playing football this season, right? Up and beyond, and for me, who I'm particularly impressed with is the Zim. I love the Zim. I love watching him play. I love the way he controls. He nudges attackers off so comfortably. But those two absolute highlight. Max Aarons, Jamal Lewis. I don't see them losing their place this season. Do you, Manson?
Not with the way they're playing at the moment. The form of their life, like, as I tweeted, the form they're on is impressive. What I will say is I think Max, in a way, can look up to Jamal from last season. Definitely, and I think that's what he's doing. And that is a good sign. What I will say is let's hope they don't get overconfident. As you know, with last season when we had James Maddison and Farke came out and said, he's good.
Same with Murphy as well.
But he can get better. Same with Murphy. So I think he knows to say to them, you know what, you're doing all right, but you can go this high.
And Chris, we've criticised Farke a lot on this podcast for various reasons. You've got to give credit to Farke, especially with Lewis. He brought in 2 of his own left backs in Marco Stiepermann, who could play anywhere, but I think he was predominantly brought in to be a left back, and James Husband. Both of them were displaced. For Lewis, he's given confidence. You've got an Ivor Pinto sitting on the bench on the other side with Max Aarons.
Great
bold from Farke, but it's playing off.
Not really, and actually I think it's in keeping, if you take matters off the pitch as well, I think it's in keeping with the club's new model, which is to blood in young players and sell them for high value. We will get offers for both Max and Jamal in January, no doubt. So
then it's a matter of whether we keep them or not.
Absolutely.
And that shows what our endeavour is.
But that is ultimately, Norwich City need to do that. This is exactly why we should... Mate, we need to stay alive as a football club, to compete. We're going to need to blood in young players and sell them.
Would you be happy with that? Would you be happy being modelled as a feeder club? Would you be happy with that?
If it means we get back in the Premier League, absolutely. But that's exactly what we've done with James Madison.
Would you want to sacrifice young blood?
Ultimately,
and
at the
potentially
moment,
very, very good players.
It's early days.
Yeah.
It's early days. Yeah. But James Madison, single-handedly, without him last season, we might have even been relegated. Honestly,
There's potential. Yeah,
and I don't think it was a stupid thing to sell James Madison because we had backup. Selling Max and Jamal is different because we've got backup, but it's very average. Yeah. Very average. Yeah. But yeah, we don't need to talk about that anyway.
No.
And by the way, they're not for sale, anyone.
No.
Manson, moving forwards on the pitch, I think the big frustration for me over the last couple of seasons, and maybe even more than that, has been the distinct imbalance in that midfield. Yeah. Sometimes we look too defensive, sometimes we haven't had enough, sometimes we look too attacking. I thought the weekend was beautifully balanced with Moritz Leitner and Alex Tete.
Did he play deeper? Sorry to interrupt.
Who?
Leitner played deeper.
Played in like
people
are saying a quarterback position. I don't know what a quarterback position is.
Connor Southwell was calling it a quarterback position.
What is that?
I also don't know what a quarterback position is.
I mean, I think it's very Americanized from Mr. Southwell, but we'll let him off because he is a wordsmith. So he's probably right. But anyway, the statement is, did Moritz Leitner play defensively in that Stephen Naismith role, Jack?
I don't really know.
I don't think he...
No?
I don't think he did.
Okay.
It was... I don't know.
Because according to the lineup on the Norwich City highlights, that's where he played.
Yeah, I wouldn't go by the lineup because Stiepermann was also down as a left wing and he was...
So it was just a rotation?
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah, that is a fair shout. A rotation.
My favourite stat from the weekend that Moritz Leitner completed more passes than the forward three Middlesbrough players.
Yeah,
on his
good.
own.
Yeah, good.
You were loving it when Moritz Leitner first came in.
Yeah, massive.
And then when we signed them on a permanent deal. I think the frustration from Norwich fans is we all know there's a great player in there. Mm-hmm. He's yet to score a goal for Norwich City. I think that's right. Has he scored for us?
Scored against Ipswich, you plonker.
He did, didn't he? Yeah, just testing you. Good. Forgot about that one. Just keeping you on your toes.
Yeah. Sorry, mate. I had to burn you.
He's now scored for Norwich City. The frustration was he hasn't maybe kicked on to fulfil that full potential.
I think he's
a goal against in the derby.
Let me save you.
No, I'm going to make something out of this. He's doing well now.
Yeah,
and that's
very
nice
well
to see.
Yeah, very well. And I think ultimately he's getting involved more. His kick taking is excellent. I mean, that's something that we've struggled with, in my opinion, since Snodgrass left. I haven't seen a taker of the ball that strikes it as well as he does. And not just his corner kicks. I think his through balls are excellent. He could potentially be a wee bit braver, but look, I'm not complaining because his performance at the weekend was excellent. He's a confidence player. It's very evident. And actually, I don't think this is just criticism of Moritz Leitner. You could say the same for Ernel Hernandez. We don't give the ball enough to Leitner in the position that he needs to be in, i.e. running at defenders. Yeah? Same for Ernel. If we can sort that, we're on to a winner. You can, and actually, it's the same with all of them. Pukki, Rhodes. If you give them the ball running at players, they're in trouble, big trouble. Moritz Leitner excites me, and I stand by it. He'll be a massive player for Norwich this season.
And Alex Tete as well. I think when he was given that new 2-year contract, I thought that's brave. You know, he's a good squad player to have round, but is he going to have so much of an impact on the pitch? For me, Tete was probably my man of the match at the weekend in terms of winning the ball.
He was the man of the match. Yeah.
Oh, was he?
He was. Yeah.
Well, that's another piece.
Well,
of
I wasn't even there. Hey, can I just say something for the record? Last podcast, I said I wasn't feeling Alex Tete. I think it's okay to change my mind, and I'm just letting everyone know now I'm kind of changed my mind. But do you know why? I think it's justified. Daniel Farke, again, praise Daniel Farke, has told Alex Tete to shoot. And I don't know what he's told him, and I don't know how he's done it, but someone has told Alex Tete to keep his head over the ball and don't sky it. Just get the shot on target. But that's okay, because if you force a save and then you've got a Timu Pukki or Jordan Rhodes in the mixer to follow it up, that's perfect. Alex Tete, if he keeps up his performances like he did against Middlesbrough, I'm so happy with it. I still think Tom Travel's a better player. That's just my honest opinion. But and by the way, he had a great chance later on in the game, didn't he?
He did. Yeah.
We'll need Tom Travel. Alex Tete won't be able to play 3 games a week.
Yeah.
But in terms of winning the ball high up the pitch, that was pleasing because too often this season we've sat back, respected teams too much.
This beer is lovely, by the way.
It's really nice.
It's refreshing. Very nice.
Sorry.
Yeah.
We didn't do that at the weekend, and that was refreshing.
It was really refreshing. See, we pressed them very, very high up the pitch, always attacking for the second ball. It was really nice to see. It was one of those games where you watched it, and although you were nervous, you were relaxed. You're like, okay, this is good. This is what we could be seeing in weeks to come, and if we can stick to that.
And how was the support on Saturday?
It was good, I thought.
I thought it was good. I thought the atmosphere was better.
It felt lighter.
So do you know why that is?
Better.
And do you know why the players attacked that game? You go first.
No, you go first.
I tell you why. The players attacked that game. The fans sung more. Psychology. Because Middlesbrough were a better team and we had a point to prove and we were up for the fight and we beat them at Wembley. And I just wish that this isn't actually a players, this is kind of a dig at the supporters, to be fair. I wish that supporters approach that with every game. When someone crap comes to our place, let's muller them. Let's get behind the lads.
It's a tough one. Because
it's not tough.
It is.
Support your team, man.
No, you support your team, and that's fair enough. And there's always going to be an atmosphere at a ground, wherever you are.
Okay.
But you support your team. But if you're going into a match and you're thinking, oh, this is going to be another loss, or okay, this is another average fixture.
But my point is, Manson,
and by the way, there's things being done to improve the atmosphere, and that's great. However, I think, in all honesty, once they start believing on the pitch and we get behind them, we start believing.
100%.
And that's when the atmosphere picks up.
But what I'm trying to say is, there was nothing to lose, mate. We were playing Middlesbrough. They're a better side than us on paper.
Yeah.
They've got Sumbalonga, Johnny Howson. They've got some excellent players. Nothing to lose. And that was excellent. That's what Norwich City need. That's how we need to approach this season. We're at home. Let's pick up the ball and run at them.
Definitely.
For me, I think the pleasing factor was the tempo. We've said it so often, that buzzword tempo. It's often so slow and it's hard to get behind your team when it's so slow because it's so turgid and moving side to side. We did that, but we looked control, and when we had the ball in a good area, Stiepermann just got it and ran. It was Stiepermann.
Yeah.
It was amazing, wasn't it?
Yeah, it was amazing. Yeah, he literally got the ball and he just ran.
Yeah.
Mate, he's a baller. He's much better than what most people think, honestly.
I still don't know where he
plays.
No idea.
Who cares? Yeah, but by the way, who cares? Why do we even need to know? Just put him on the pitch. That's Marco Stiepermann. Let's just accept it. We don't need to moan about the fact that Danny Farker doesn't know where to play him. Just play him.
Just put him on the pitch and let him go with it.
I suppose the flip side to all of this, Manson, I'm going to bring something slightly not negative, but I feel like we're getting slightly carried away, and that's fine. Yeah. It's good to enjoy a win, but that performance at the weekend, yes, the tempo was better, but at the end of the day, we won because of a toe punt deflected goal from Teemu Pukki. Yeah. It could have, if it was 0-0, we'd be sitting here saying very different things, and it wouldn't have been that much of a difference in terms of the actual performance. Yeah. I suppose the key thing now, we'll talk about the Reading game, the QPR game. How do we now translate that into consistency?
Yeah, well, you just don't know. You literally don't know in this league. But if we can play like we played against Middlesbrough, against the lesser teams, which we struggle against all the time.
What was, when you say play as we play? Yeah. What are them? What are them things? What tangible things do you now want to take forwards?
We just played. We played with passion. We played with belief. We pressed them high up the pitch. We didn't give them a moment's peace. Frustrate. They sit off. Bang. Yeah. Chance. Goal. That's all you need.
So it's the pressing more than anything.
Yeah. The more we press them, I think most teams.
Aggression.
Yeah, aggression is exactly what it is. And teams will be like, okay, well, when you've got Hernandez coming at you, you've got Pukki coming at you, they're just going to sit off and be like, you know what? See you later. Yeah. You can come past.
Where do you lie with Farker now, Chris? We both came on here. I think was it before Ipswich? You said if we lose to Ipswich, it's game over.
Yeah.
And they were my words.
Well,
I'm not sure about yours.
I didn't say it, but
we scraped the point against Ipswich. I think the international break almost came at a good point.
Yeah.
We've now beaten Middlesbrough. Where are you with life?
With Fark life.
With Fark life.
Fark life. I still think the jury's out. I do.
The Adams.
The Adams. I mean,
the Adams out.
I think. What do I think? Daniel Farker's doing what Daniel Farker does.
Right.
If you're a sceptical Norwich fan, you'd say, "Oh, for God's sake, he's won another game. That's him in for the next 5 games." But for me, I think if he beats, oh God, this is so stupid because we're thinking about it in such a short term thing, isn't it? But I kind of think that's true. I keep thinking about what I said 2 podcasts ago, which is that expectancy. People are unhappy with people expecting this season. I expect this season. So for me, I'm still, if we don't beat Reading, we don't beat QPR, I'm going to be very, very disappointed. I am. But I think that's football. I think we need to accept that. A lot of managers these days don't last. They just don't last. But for me, at the moment, it's all good and keep it up. And so long as he wins football matches, that's it. And what Daniel Farke did against Middlesbrough is he got the fans back. Yeah. He did get the fans back. Yeah. I know he didn't lose them all, but he just got the fans fully back on side.
Maybe not fully, but certainly better.
Mate, when you win games of football, you get them on side. End of.
Not fully. I'm still not fully on side.
And that's why I said the jury's still out, pal.
We need to see consistency.
Yes.
Manson, we'll finish this little roundup of this game with the Finn that can finish, Teemu Pukki. Yeah. 2 goals in midweek for his country, 2 1-0 wins. The first UEFA Nations League legend, Teemu Pukki, now pops up with a goal. I think that's now 9 goals in 15 games for him in terms of international football and also club football and also pre-season games this season. What a steal.
Complete steal, mate. Absolutely a steal and a half. I was actually funny, I was seeing on Twitter some Celtic fans tweeting about him saying when they came to the club they absolutely mocked him. When they played, they mocked him. When he's moved away, obviously went to Bromby and he scored a few goals and he's come here and he's playing extremely well. And it is a steal. And, you know, if he can keep scoring goals then...
Short Barnett syndrome.
That's Barnett, what it is. And I'm glad
looks awfully like Stephen A. Smith now.
Yeah. Yeah, she does.
Yeah, that's not good, is it?
What is it about Teemu Pukki? Awful haircut, not very tall, not very quick. What is it that makes him a good player? Because he is a good player.
Because he's smart, because he takes his chances. He's not stupid. He does the sensible stuff right. There's no flicks and tricks or any of that crap. He just does the simple stuff right. That's all we ask for. That's all we ask for, isn't it? And I think he does it excellently. I mean, you know, when he... Oh, God, I'm going to throw myself in the deep end here. Here we go for a statement.
Not like you just do that.
He has the same...
Oh, here we go. You're going to say Grant Holt, aren't you?
Yeah. He does. No. Right, okay. Was Grant Holt fast? No. Yeah, when he got going, like a steam train.
Yeah.
So's Teemu.
Yeah.
Dodgy Barnett.
Yeah, okay.
I mean, is there one trait about Teemu Pukki that you go, cool, yeah, that's his trait?
No.
And apart from finishing, which Grant... I'm not comparing him to Grant Holt, but I kind of am.
You are. So you've done
cheap, effective.
Yeah.
All I'm saying is Tom Huckabee is going to have a tattoo on his derriere of Teemu Pukki by the end of this season because he is easily getting 10 goals in the league. Easily.
Yeah. Right, let's preview the next couple of games. Right, that's the Borough game dissected. Let's move on to Reading in midweek. It's a Wednesday game. First of all, why is it being played on a Wednesday, not Tuesday?
Is it on Sky?
No.
All midweek games are on Sky now.
There you go then.
Well, there we are. But
so are Tuesday games.
Yeah, so are Tuesday games.
Why not? Wicked Wednesdays.
Anyway, Sky do what they want, clearly. Going up against the Reading side, they were bottom of the league before Ipswich moved bottom of the league. Reading beat Preston 3-2 at the weekend. A good win over Alex Neil's side. It's a real shame to see Alex Neil's Preston doing poorly this season. Chris, Reading, this is an interesting one.
Do you really want to ask me about Reading before Manson? I just don't want to yet.
Oh, you don't like...
I don't want to slag them off straight away.
Manson, Reading, an away game. Yeah. We always say 3 points at home, a point away. That's happy promotion form. Yeah. After the performance of the weekend, are we going there for 3 points?
I would think so.
Yeah.
I think we go there for 3 points.
What do you predict, Mystic Manson?
Here we go.
You
want me to give a prediction?
Get your bloody mystic ball out.
Get my mystic ball out. I don't. Yeah. I'm going to go for a 2-0.
Wow.
To City?
Yeah.
Another clean sheet.
2-0, clean shit, as Basong would famously say.
As Basong would say, yeah. Hashtag.
2-0, I'd take that.
Any changes in the team?
I think it all depends on how Reading set out.
Okay.
I mean, I would like to think we keep the same side. But
does Tete stay in?
No.
Okay, so we're not keeping the same side?
No. Well, he just naturally doesn't stay in for midweek games, actually, does he? So that's the point. So we are changing it because I don't think Tete will play, so Tribe will probably come in.
Yeah.
Not
a bad replacement.
Not a bad replacement, and that's the depth we've got.
Keep it the same.
Keep it the same, and we go with that.
Gotta be Reading.
Jordan Rhodes is surely going to be, knocking on Farke's door though, Chris, saying, "Mate, what have I done wrong not to be getting in the team?"
I don't know. I think it's too early for that sort of behaviour. I think that's kind of the behaviour of other individuals in our team would do that. I don't think Jordan Rhodes is going to do that.
No, I'm not saying he will, but I'm saying
Jordan Rhodes has to prove a point this season. He's not entitled to be in the team. He's on loan. Let's not forget that. So let's make him work for it. I still think I agree with what Mystic's saying that Pukki, Rhodes together, that partnership's going to be brilliant this season. Let's give it time to bed in. I liked Daniel Farke's thinking. Jordan Rhodes off the bench is a blooming good plan B. Yeah, and by blooming good, I mean brilliant plan B. Very good. Yeah, brilliant plan B. Got to be Reading, honestly. And by the way, I'm going to put it out there. Reading is they're so tin pot. They really are.
You love a tin pot club, don't you?
But Reading are so tin pot. Honestly, Reading stink of averageness. Honestly, tell me one thing that's above average at Reading. Right, here we go. Let's go through it. Actually, here's one thing. The Queen supports them, right? Hence why they're called the Royals.
No idea.
Fun fact for you.
I don't know if that's because why they're called the Royals.
You might
possibly.
Okay, right. Kit first of all, average. Club crest, so average.
They were quite good when I think Shane Long used to play for them. They were quite good at that point.
Oh, did they actually do anything when Shane Long played for them?
I don't know.
Just mid-table championship again?
When were they last in the Premier League?
How did they get in the playoff final, by the way?
Did they get to the Premier League?
No, of course they didn't. All I'm saying is they're tin pot and they're average, and if Norwich don't beat them, we need to have a look at. Ourselves.
They are coming off the back of a win, Manson. Let's
their first win of the season.
Yeah, so they are. Then that's another.
We've only won 2 games.
I don't care. I expect us to beat teams like Reading. I'm so sorry.
You can expect to beat every team.
You're all right, Mystic.
Right, we'll move on. It's then QPR at the weekend. Now this is a really interesting one. QPR started the season horridly. There was a 7-1, 7-0 crushing.
Yeah.
There was a 4-0 crushing in there. It looked like McLaren was dead and buried. Up popped 2 wins. A good away win for them at the weekend. We travelled to Loftus Road in the evening kick-off on Saturday. What a strange game to pick for Sky. I suppose how we approach this game, Chris, all depends on what happens in midweek, does it?
I hate playing QPR. They're really. I don't know.
By the way,
Norwich struggle against them, don't they?
Yeah.
We went there last year, didn't we?
We've been there many times. Yeah. I don't think I've seen them win there.
No.
I did when Joey Barton tried to headbutt Bradley Johnson.
Oh right,
that was good fun.
I do love though the geezer with the big sombrero that sits next to the away fans that has his little thing. Gets it going. Apart from that, we struggle against QPR. We really do.
Another team that, if we want to be in the playoffs this season, we need to be beating, right?
And this is the thing that we always struggle against the lesser teams.
Yeah,
we always struggle to perform.
Farke especially.
Yeah.
Why is that? Why does Farke do better against the better team?
I think that we struggle to be. I don't think it's Daniel Farke necessarily. Maybe it is. I think Daniel Farke can certainly change this. I think psychologically we're not as up for it. I just honestly think psychologically we're weaker than other teams. If you see Leeds going up against a lesser team, what they're doing in the changing room is they're thinking about goal difference. They're not thinking about holding back, and they're not thinking about let's suck up the pressure and hit them on the counter. They're thinking we need goal difference, so let's muller them. Yeah, let's go 3 up front if we need to. Let's really bombard them. Whereas I feel like Daniel Farke potentially against the lesser teams might say, boys, calm down. Let's defend the first half. Let's not concede. Let's not make any sloppy mistakes. Which, by the way, as soon as you say that to someone, they're already thinking about making a mistake. Don't say that. Thing number 1. And then he says, let's tire them out and let's try and nick a goal. I can guarantee you that's what he says. I'm pretty certain. Well, it's very obvious from the way that we approach away games that's the case, isn't it? So for me, that's it.
Do you think our approach is the same against lesser teams at home?
Yeah.
Possibly, yeah.
Yeah. No, I do.
I think it is.
Yeah, I do.
I think it's the same.
No, absolutely.
But it was interesting, wasn't it? Because especially last season,
that's why you need leaders. Sorry, Jack. That's why you need leaders. That's why I call for leaders, Jack. Because, God, I'll say it one more time. I've been slated for it, but I don't care. That's when you need a Russ Martin on your bench saying, "Come on, boys. This is what it's all about. You want to win the league? Yeah. Beat these bastards. You've got to. Yeah. That's what you got to do."
Interesting that, especially last season, I don't know where I'm going with this point. Last season, when we went through that patch where we had something, was it 9 clean sheets in a row or something like that? I don't know where I'm going with this point.
It's fine. You felt good. You were feeling the vibes. You looked strong.
I was going to say I can't remember.
Okay.
Anyway, let's move on to Twitter questions. Ross Crawford. It's crazy to think how 3 points can change the mood. Mm-hmm. I think we'll beat Reading 3-0.
Wow, good. That'd be nice.
Remember the 7-1, by the way, at home?
Yeah, that was mad.
Or was it 6-1?
It was 7-1. It was 6-0 by half time.
God, what a beautiful day that was! And by the way, the sun was blazing down, as sunbathing at half time.
That was the season Reading got into the playoffs.
Yeah,
got to the playoff final.
That says a lot, doesn't it?
Got to the playoff final penalty shootout.
Wasn't that right at the end of the season as well?
Yeah, it was. It was near the season. It was crazy. But it is strange, isn't it? How the mood can literally change from Farkas sacked, we're going down, to we're going to win the league by March in one game. It is remarkable.
I don't think it has done that.
I feel like that.
You just said that. I'm not even rising to that, Jack.
Harrison, how much does Chris bench?
Comfortably 80.
But do you bench as much as Grant Hanley?
How much does Grant Hanley bench?
No idea.
Why didn't you check? He was in the gym the other day.
He was benching Manson.
He was benching me.
I could do 90 for 4, but I'm really struggling.
80 for 8?
80 no, for 80 for 6.
Okay. 80 kilograms, not tons or...
No, kilograms.
Yeah. Okay, good. There you go, Harrison. That's the big question answered. Right, Liz, she asked, with Tete doing such a superb job of captaining in Hanley's absence, if you were able to take one skill from as many Norwich City players as you need to form a perfect captain, what would they be? E.g., Hanley's physicality, Close's appreciation of fans.
Okay,
I'll start. So we'll have an attribute each.
Okay. Right, I'm going first.
Yeah.
First of all, a captain off the pitch needs to do all the right things. So therefore, Pinto's marketing team.
Okay.
Yeah?
Yeah.
Say all the right things to the fans, get them on your side, go and do the appearances, get the right pictures. Pinto's marketing team.
Okay, so that's one part. Manson, what else? What other player's attribute are we taking to form the perfect Norwich City captain?
Big head handler.
Oh, yeah. I think you need a strong individual.
Physically or mentally?
Both.
Wow.
You do. Well, let's just put it in one category.
Okay.
You need to be strong, and that's physically and mentally, because you need to have to deal with a lot of stuff coming at you, and also on the pitch. So I think a strong mentality and physicality as well.
Mine's Max Aarons' celebrations. Did anyone see his celebration at the weekend?
Or he just stood
like Jordan Belfort in front of
the Are you not entertained? Yeah.
So much time for that.
Yeah, I'm going to have to tell him he needs to up his cello game even more, I think.
That was strong.
No, I want more. He's capable of so much more, that boy. I have a word.
It was good. He done well at Cardiff as well, didn't he? Nice little celebration.
I just can't... Honestly, I've run out of words for Max Aarons. He's so good. He's so good.
He is what we've needed, and by the way, it's come out of absolutely nowhere.
Yeah.
And that's
absolutely
the most pleasing thing.
Yeah, absolutely.
Lads, you know what time of the week it is. It is Willamot's Limited time. This is, of course, the daily life of a contract groundsman. Come rain or sun, weeds will always outgrow grass. They've been out at Aylsham St Giles today with a bit of end of season renovation on the cricket pitch. They've been
looking good. Look at that.
Is that scarifying, brushing?
Yeah, I mean he's doing a great job of that, isn't he?
A little bit of a dry patch on the bowl screen. That's no
play. Yeah. Well, I'll tell you what, Willamot's is up the content game. He's on videos now. Yeah. Is that a fast forward as well?
This is not what you want to be seeing.
No, what is that?
Don't tell me.
Willamot's wife, the lovely Joanne, put an Ipswich napkin in his lunchbox.
Oh my god!
Is that divorce material?
Yeah, absolutely. Yeah. Willamot's. Game over.
Yeah, we've got some good solicitors on board if you want to file them files, Willamot's. Anyway, his question is...
files.
How much would you like to see 3 at the back with Lewis and Aarons as wing backs? So good seeing youngsters playing well. So I assume what Willamot's is saying here is let's switch the formation up. Let's bring Ben Godfrey into centre back. Let's have 3 centre backs and 2 wing backs. Thoughts?
I'm not sure I get the Godfrey thing at the moment. When Jamal and Max are playing so well as they are, and we've just won a game of football, why would you change it?
Just an example.
You could, we're both calling for the 5 at the back, weren't we?
I don't know. I'm just at the moment. I don't know. Ben Godfrey, I'm not quite there. I need influencing, and he hasn't had the chance to do that. To be fair,
he's been fairly solid in the cup game. Would you agree, Manson?
He's been solid, yeah. Obviously, when he came on against Ipswich as well, put that absolutely crunching challenge in. Absolutely solid challenge.
That's a very good point.
You could hear the smack and the impact of that challenge. But
good.
He'll get his chance. He will get his chance.
Is he a midfielder though?
Well, this is the thing I was going to say, Chris. It's interesting, is that the Farke likes to take a player and change their position. Max Aarons was a right back. He played left back in the cup games. He's taken Stiepermann in random places. Lewis used to play further up the pitch. Todd Cantwell was a number 10. He's now a winger.
Stiepermann in random places.
Indeed.
Some another sip of beer.
And of course, Stiepermann's born to score goals. Farke likes taking a player and coaching him into something different, doesn't he?
Does he?
Well, he's done it with Godfrey.
He's done it with 2 players.
4.
Right, that's that over.
Well, do you think Godfrey's a centre back?
No, I don't. I think he's a midfielder. I just think he's a midfielder. Where did he play for Shrewsbury?
Fair comment. Move on. Agri Payno. This is the man. This is a Norwich City fan with the.
Is that his name?
I think so.
Agri Payno.
He works in agriculture. Respect the farming industry.
Oh right, okay.
Lots
of money in that.
Who would you put in the CDM role in one of the next
Tribal
game?
Next question.
Now that Tete can't play, Tribal.
Yeah,
Tribal. Yeah, next.
Not Ben Godfrey.
No.
Okay, interesting. Bristol Rovers Poles. Good to have you back, Bristol Rovers Poles. It's been a few weeks. We were getting worried about you. Paul Warren.
How the hell is Bristol Rovers Poles still here?
Yeah, we love him.
Oh wow.
Or her.
Yeah, we don't know.
I think we should DM them one time to get a Bristol Rovers highlight. Our favourite Bristol Rovers highlight. Do you know any Bristol Rovers players?
Absolutely none. No.
Why?
Good. Paul Warren, future Norwich City manager? ? Paul Warren from Norwich, supports Norwich, doing great things at Rotherham.
But what you have is
Rotherham.
His man management
Rotherham.
of his.
Rotherham.
Yeah.
Good manager though, right?
Good
Rotherham.
Good man manager.
Mate, we're Norwich City.
I wouldn't take him though at the moment.
Rotherham, arguably a much bigger club than Borussia Dortmund's second team.
No, I
We'll move on. Peter Hartley. Does Zimmerman deserve the starting role after impressing in his first game this season and constantly working hard off the pitch? And if so, who would you swap him for? Zimmerman. I thought at the start, to be fair, he did have a good game, but the first 20 minutes, he had a few moments of slight madness, didn't he?
Yeah, nervy moments. I think he's just settling into the game simply. He's an absolute unit, isn't he? He's a beast, but then Hanley's also a beast, and you've got Closer as well. So it's tough.
Zim for Tim is what I say.
Zim for Tim.
Hanley's going to be out for 6 to 8 weeks. So Zimmerman, you would have thought, unless something ridiculous happens, he's going to stay in the team.
I'm excited by that.
Yeah.
And wasn't it Closer and Zimmerman who did keep that string of clean sheets last season?
Yeah.
Or was it Hanley in there?
No, it was Zim.
Was it Zim and Tim?
It was Zim and Tim.
There's something,
but you're forgetting a key part of that is Angus was in goal.
Of course.
So it's not going to happen again.
Of course. Not with the mighty Tim Krul.
We're not going to keep 9 clean sheets in a row with Tim Krul in goal.
How do you know?
Because we're not.
Okay. I thought you liked Tim Krul.
Yeah.
Might have done with Romy Matthews in goal.
You've brought me down.
Joe Fuller. Now this is a good question. I love Pookie. I love Rhodes. Shall we play them both up top?
Yes.
Who do you sacrifice?
I still think we just play with one in defensive midfield.
But it worked so well at the weekend, Manson.
When you're away from home, why not? But why not start with 2 up top, put them on the back foot, make a mistake, cause a mistake, and then, if they're applying pressure, then switch it.
But then
you don't need to stay to one. You need to stay from.
But do you leave yourself open?
Yeah, but that's just football.
But do you leave yourself open?
Oh, don't make mistakes, Manson.
True.
Would it work though? They're both.
Of course it would.
There's no reason why it wouldn't work.
Of course it would work because you put teams on the back foot.
How do you know that? You haven't seen it.
Because I can just sense it, Jack.
Look, I think they're both fantastic players individually. We're yet to see them together. I'm not saying it won't work, but
you're looking over your shoulder. I tell you what, you're looking over your shoulder. If Teemu Pukki and Jordan Rhodes are making those intelligent runs that they do up top together, teams will naturally come back, especially in the first half, which creates space for our new favourite man, Moritz Leitner, to cause the real damage.
Okay, interesting. Josh, Jack, are you a fan of Chris's poachies? Now this is an interesting. I
This is a
big question.
Your poached eggs are very good.
I know.
They are very good. Hemsby Beach Cafe, of course, one of our main sponsors, has opened up a competition with Chris to welcome him down to Hemsby and to get some poachies on. Chris is yet to go down. Now, there's rumours out there on the streets of Hemsby. I was down there just a few days ago. That Chris is scared of going down Hemsby Beach Camp.
Look, he's a professional. He talks a big game, but ultimately he's got nothing on Revo's poaches.
There are also vicious rumours spreading about on the streets of Hemsby that Chris uses poaching aids to help.
No.
He definitely doesn't.
No way.
I'm
That's
just using
fraudulent. That's fraudulent.
He definitely doesn't.
That's unacceptable. That's like going into the Reading game and not playing Max Aarons. If anyone uses a poaching pod here, you're done with me.
You use a poaching pod?
Yeah.
What's wrong?
Oh, Mystic, what are you doing?
You just plonk it in.
It's pathetic.
In the pan. Put the
lid
lid on.
Do you like the little pathetic perfect egg? Do you?
Yeah, it's lovely. Get it out.
But I tell you what it is with the egg. There's two things.
Right.
People use a poaching pod because they're scared.
I am not at one with the pan.
No, you're not. You are not at one with the pan.
No.
You've got to crack the egg, get nice and close to the water. People do it from up there. That's why your egg goes everywhere.
But then you're
close to the water.
Then you're opening yourself up to possible steam burn.
Yeah.
We all know that's one of the worst burns to receive.
Mystic said it. Be at one with the pan.
Okay.
Anyway,
That's a new Twitter bio.
Yeah.
Right there.
thank you.
Be at
Bit
one
one
with the
with
pan.
the DRG. This is Dan Loves Pizza.
Oh yeah, go on the Dan.
Aaron's at right back and Jamal at left back. Great, but knowing our fans, if they make one mistake, the fans will slaughter them. Do you agree that we need to allow the youngsters a freedom to learn and develop in a loving environment? Not shit on them if they mess up.
A loving
No, I love
environment
that.
isn't. I like that. Yeah.
What is a loving environment?
I don't know. Do they mean a hug
What's
after the
your
game?
loving
Yeah.
environment,
I mean,
Manson?
my loving environment is that's
a bit
a
personal.
bit personal. We'll keep that quiet. I don't know. Is a loving environment? A hug. Give them a little.
Yeah.
Little hug.
More hugs.
More hugs. I don't know. What is a loving environment?
Maybe a loving environment is coming out in the press afterwards and actually saying that they were very good and they are very good, and not being afraid to admit.
There was a
the
nice
youngster
moment at
was
the
playing
weekend
good.
when Farker ruffled Aaron's hair.
Good.
That was
Cute.
nice.
I wish
Did you see that? I didn't see that.
Yeah, it was
That's nice.
It's like a proud father
Yeah,
giving
good.
his son
He probably is though.
Yeah, but I think it's
That's a statement, and I agree with that statement.
It's an interesting one, isn't it, with fans and academy products? I think fans are more quick to criticise an academy product. Personally, it shouldn't be that way. But that's the way I feel, and that does need to change, admittedly. But at the same time, like last season, Murphy opened himself up to criticism because he was poor on a consistent basis. However, Aaron's is really young. Jamal's really, really young. They're doing brilliantly.
I think what we're doing here is we're bringing up. We're actually creating a problem out of nothing.
Yeah.
He's not been shit yet, so let's talk about it when he's shit.
Yeah, definitely. Reliable Roads is back. Really good to have Reliable Roads back in the Twitter comments. How should Farker approach the next 3 league games, being that they're going to dictate, the way our season develops? And realistically, how many points would you take, and which player is going to have the biggest effect? Now, there's about 4 questions in there, Reliable Roads. So, next 3 league games. Reading, QPR, Wigan. 9 points minimum.
2 away games in there.
Yeah.
2 away games.
If we want to get in the playoffs, we need 9 points, or at least 6.
At least 6. Yeah, at least.
So how do we approach these games then?
Well, we've already covered it, haven't we? If we do what we do against Middlesbrough, no fear, aggression, quick tempo.
Is it as simple as that?
Yeah, it is. With Norwich City, it is right now.
Really?
Don't overcomplicate it. The worst thing Daniel Farker could do is put loads of different things in the mix and tinker with the team and change it and come up with this new way of playing. Keep it simple. We won a game against Middlesbrough. Why did we win that game? Tempo, aggression, fact.
Yeah.
Let's go again, boys. Let them do their work.
Jack Southwell, big fan of Pookie and Rhodes, but do they have enough goals in them, / do we have enough goals in the team to win games and get us in the top 6 or just outside the playoffs? Manson, we haven't scored tons of goals this season. We've conceded quite a few. Do we have enough goals in the squad? That last time we went up, we had Bradley Johnson scoring 15, we had Hoops, we had Graben. Enough goals in the squad?
Graben. Did you just quote Graben?
Yeah, he scored goals for us.
A few.
Scored quite a few goals for us.
I think
Lewis Graben.
Graben.
Jesus.
I've seen that by the
I think. Have you had the extra percentage in yours?
Well, he's vegan.
Right. What's the statement?
Have we got enough goals in our squad?
Yes. Is water wet?
Yeah.
Timu Pukki delivering. Fact.
But it's not just him, is it?
Why not?
Do we need to score more from midfield?
Why?
Yes. 100%.
Why?
You can't rely on your strikers. We relied on James Maddison last year.
Well, and where was he playing, Manson? Midfield.
So we need more goals.
Sort of can.
And now our forwards are delivering. The midfielders will chip in.
That's what I'm saying. That's fine. Yeah, strikers are. And the midfield chip in. They all help.
Yes.
And defenders.
And Owen Bell follows up off the back of this. Now with Pukki scoring, I think, in four of his last 5 games for Norwich City. Does Farke now look to playing permanently up front? And does this mean that Rhodes now lost his place in the squad? That's interesting, isn't it? Because Pukki was brought in and wasn't played as a striker. Yeah. He now is being played as a striker. Where does he play? What's his position?
Plays up front, Jack.
As an out-and-out striker?
Yeah. That's where he plays.
With Rhodes?
Yeah, why not?
Because he was effective in behind the striker as well.
Yeah, I think he was both. He was good in both. Depends on the game, doesn't it? Depends whether you're playing at home or away, doesn't it? Or does it? Put them both up. That's what I say.
Yeah.
Now, Mystic, you're the man who's predicting Reading on Wednesday. Will we go 2 up front?
No.
Definitely.
No way.
Well, you're saying let's do it, and now you're saying no. Give me something.
Daniel Farke thinks very differently to us, doesn't he? If Daniel Farke thought like us, then Ross Martin would still be playing.
Rory Matthews would be in goal.
Rory Matthews would be in goal.
And we'd be bottom of the league.
Yeah, and Daniel Farke would be ripping off his partner and fist bumping to the fans. Yeah. So it's not up to us.
So is it wise that we're probably not in a
correct.
managerial position?
I would think so,
At Norwich City. Right, lads, have we got any more to speak about? We'll be back next week to preview the Wickham game, of course.
I'm feeling good. I'm feeling a little bit more confident again. I think that these 2 away games are a massive test because I know that the home support isn't the best in terms of the atmosphere right now, but away from home there's obviously less, and you've not got that home support behind you, have you? So I think it'll be a big test, and as we've put on the table, they're not the best of teams that we're coming up against. So this will say a lot about the psychology of the players. It'll say a lot about can Daniel Farke motivate his players to go and get a win away from home, because at the moment he obviously hasn't done that. He should have done that against Ipswich and he didn't.
Manson, these next 2 games, we'll finish on this. Is this going to set the tone for the rest of the season, these 2 defining games?
Yeah, 100%. You know, if we come off the back of a win against Middlesbrough, going into these 2 games, we should be high on some confidence, especially with that performance. And if we get 6 points, then we'll be up there.
Mystic Manson, where are we finishing this season?
Oh. Don't hit me with this question.
You're on the podcast. No. You're on the podcast. Mystic Manson. He's got to say it. Where are Norwich finishing? Just do your little ritual or whatever you normally do. Just give him some silence, folks. He takes his time, but you do normally get it right. Are we in the playoffs?
No.
Oh, so automatics then, yeah?
Yeah, obviously. I'm going to say 10th.
10th.
An improvement.
An improvement on last season.
Okay.
But at the moment,
when you look into your crystal ball,
which is here,
is Daniel Farke going to be in a job by the end of this campaign?
How long's the project?
Well, that's the question.
That's a good question. How long is the project, folks? We'll leave that for you to answer.
Let us know down in the comment section. No, thank you to everyone who watched the podcast this week. Episode number 60. Go and check out Redwell Brewery. Go and check out all of our main sponsors. Big thank you to Fansbet who continue to back us very, very nicely, and all of our other sponsors. Subscribe to us on iTunes. Drink responsibly, gamble responsibly, and go to Carrow responsibly.
On a serious note, do gamble and drink responsibly.
Yeah,
we only laugh and joke because people take it way out of proportion.
And go vegan.
Yes.
And go vegan.
Vegan for victory.
See you later.